Okay. I am eating. I'm on this rush to get this figured out just because there's so many things I want to do in getting this published. This is, I was eating, I didn't like one of the prompts for Blue Wire. They were talking about Azure. I thought that doesn't really capture where I think I'm going. And so I just wanted to share this is what's so cool about AI. You could just prompt it. So he gave me this, and I said, please look at Blue Wire Communications. Please suggest different achievements. I don't have to sit down and think about it. I've already given all of my achievements. So it came back and said, hey, here's some alternative achievements that you can do at Blue Wire. So the whole revolutionized SMB communications. So this is where it gets really interesting. Trying to. So that was the first one because I leveraged strategic partners with Avaya to design, deploy advanced VoIP solutions, resulting in significant cost savings and enhanced collaboration for small business. This is why it's so overwhelming because it does such a great job of summarizing exactly what I did. And I don't think, to be honest, I would have used those words. That's why it's just so, it's why I come back to the whole concept of cheating. Because I don't know where that line is between relying on AI. Well, I think the whole concept is that if I am, this is not, sorry, just making sure I'm recording. I don't want to forget what I'm losing. AI is a tool. It's helping. It's not recreating false themes. It already looked at all the data that I had given it, and it said, "Here's summaries of all of the stuff." That's why that's why I'm making this video. It's because I was right in the middle of trying to do all this, but I'm trying to document this process that I'm on, trying to get LinkedIn. So it came because it was talking about this implemented agile methodologies for cost and process optimization. Okay. Well, what? I understand what they mean, but it didn't really capture what who I am. So I said summarize. Oh no. Please look at Blue Wire Communications and then suggest. Right? That's what's so freaking crazy. It's not me going and writing it. It's just you look at all the data and come back and give me multiple choices so I can just sit back and read. It's like, oh, wow. That's why I call it Copa. That's why it's just like the best uh, companion, I guess. So I'm just wanted to focus on this because this is really important because I'm also trying to figure out how to communicate my past so that I can prove to people that I am a reliable person to do whatever we're going to do together. So this statement, Revelation 9, it's just, but that's really what it was. But I never thought about it like a revolution because VoIP was coming at that time, and all these stations. See, this is where I need to have a story. All of the VoIP came at a certain time in history, and it preceded the whole PBX. Two, 4 wire, wow, 2 wire digital. And that ended up completely revolutionizing the whole PBX world. Radical stuff to go to, because the whole point of the benefit of having 2 wires is that it's dedicated, focused, and you can't have traffic interfere. There's a lot more benefits, but I'm not trying to do that right now. I'm just trying to explain what LinkedIn is recommending. But then the whole team leadership and training development. This comes back, and that's why I'm making this video. I'm just trying to show you how AI viewed my experience at Blue Wire and why am I choosing one over the other? Because the others are equally valid, but nobody's going to read them all. So I have to choose something that really solidifies what I did at Blue Wire. And that, and the other part of this is in light of where I'm going. This one is the Unified Communications Innovation, spearheaded the integration for the traditional PBX systems into cutting-edge cloud-based VoIP. Yeah, that's just what happened at that time in history. I was just a byproduct, but we had to adapt our processes. Customer-centric, deployment excellence, developed custom end-to-end installation documentation. So this is where it's integrating the whole my planning forms, because that's I had asked earlier to keep that in mind. See, here's the challenge that I'm facing right now. Who cares? Who's my market? Why am I choosing to say this? My team right now is still back on investors. That's why I'm making the video, trying to document who I am and what I think and how I do things. Customer-centric development focus. It develops a custom end installation, documentation, and support. Right? Yeah. So that's actually probably, well, let's see, that's the other part of this. That came so much earlier. That came right after the Secret Service. I was just doing it when I got to these companies. That was what the planning forms were. So that's not relevant for Blue Wire. Market growth and revenue expansion. That's the old teach my phone thing, but he really didn't explain that there. Drove a substantial increase in market share by expanding Blue Wire's service portfolio through targeted marketing. But that's actually our sales team that did that. But the whole point, well, that second offer, teachmyphone.com, that was really, but that's really hard to explain. This is probably the more important thing, that I can lead a team and train them. Wow. Yeah. I mean, that's really foundational to where we're going. Just ending up with multiple. This calendar format, by the way, was really proving out to be helpful. It's going to be a challenge to back things up and make sure that PST file is backed up. But this is kind of the whole thing that I'm trying to wrestle with, is this concept of journal and then doing things from the journal. That's really, I think, revolutionary. I know it seems simple, but I've never encountered a system that starts with a journal with what I want to do and then goes ahead and does it, suggests things, which is the whole mini projects thing, which I haven't developed yet, which is just knowing concept. Because I've been dealing with stuff like this where I have all this stuff and I need to do something with it. And imagine if I just right click on that and say start a mini project. And then it goes out and it says, okay, we got all these things here. This is obviously stuff we need to archive. So let's go out and create an archive system. Right? Instead of me coming back and figuring out, okay, I'm trying to use Word, I'm trying to use Calendar, and then I have to do a PSD backup so that I can just so many. This is what I've been doing for weeks, and nobody sees it all. And nobody even knows or believes that I'm working because nobody has any concept of it. So that's ultimately why I think this video is helpful, because I'm trying to, number one, I'm trying to go through, I'm trying to, so two things here. And this is where I have to, trying to also, as we talk about it, I'm also then trying to keep a what's the word? Trying to get the video name relevant, because I've been talking, I've been relying on, oh boy, people, please stop. That's the other thing, is that all this communications has to happen in a different channel. Somebody's in trouble. I gotta finish this quick so I can go back and read that. Right. My point is that I was going to update this training and leadership. Wait, did I have that? Oh boy. Let's go back and see something. I forgot if I actually put this in here. That's a prompt. This is an awesome response. See, that's the other thing that I'm trying to do with the whole smart projects thing is that all of the time that I am spending on this is something that should be part of a document where I'm actually able to prove the time that I spent. Because if something like this is billable, you got to create all this infrastructure just to be able to do the work. But imagine if you started with a journal and we got this done. Let's say we started with this whole thing. I just wanted to have it look at that. Because the other thing is I have to document this one, but it's probably too much information. But if I right clicked on something like this, on a particular word that I suggest, and then mini project comes up, and then it launches an AI agent or all these other things that your journal is read, understood, and then all of these tools that just kick in and help. I mean, that's just really where I'm trying to go. That's one part of it. But again, that's too much information for this video. I'm trying to uh, really. So that's the other thing about this calendar format is again, everything is automatically put the date. If I go into Notion, first of all, I have to get there, and I don't even have it now. And brainstorming ideas is where I'm. So I got to go in and say new, and then I got to type whatever so it's reverse. That's, I guess, my point. You're having to go out and start this after you need it. That's really where I think the revolution is coming. You're at the spot where you journal, and it's from that journal that you start all of this. You're doing it backwards here because you have to have the idea before you start all of this. Journal is where you generate your ideas. It's where you think. Okay. I don't want to get off too much on the concept right now because I'm also in just the middle of developing it. But I'm also, as I go through this, I'm also trying to show how Copilot is helpful. Ultimately, it would be interesting if I went into Descript and I copied all of the text that I did, and then I came back and said summarize that video or summarize the name. Okay, my point is multiple. That Copilot is really helpful. Use it, try it out, use it on your LinkedIn. Try to evaluate how you can improve yourself. And then I'm trying to also just document the tools that I have and I know other people have, trying to figure out how to reinvent how we do the work. Okay, I gotta go. So I appreciate that. Ultimately, I have to, I just have so much going on. Thank you. I'll let you go.